Hey guys, Foxdrop here. Today I wanted to tell you the story of my recent Diamond 2 promos. I figured maybe you guys would be interested in hearing it. I'm just going to be talking off the top of my head really for this video, and this is a chance for me to share with you the riveting life that I lead outside of YouTube videos. Not really that far outside, I'm still playing League, but you know what I mean. So, for those of you who are unaware of my history as a League of Legends player, I started back in Season 1. In Season 2, I had around 2k elo, which was, I don't know, it was good enough to be playing with professional players, know that much. In Season 3, I had 2 accounts around the Master Tier equivalent elo. That's where I was then. Season 4, I stopped playing as much. And I was still Diamond 1, but I just stopped playing as much. Season 5, I actually finished in Diamond 2. That was the last, as high as I got, because I played like 200 games or something like that, maybe 300. I really wasn't playing a lot of League, and I got a lot worse as well, admittedly, because I wasn't playing as much, right? And so in this season, I don't want to say that I've taken it more seriously, because I still only have like 100 games played, and we're like halfway through the season. But you know, I've been enjoying League a little bit more, you know, playing it a bit more, and so I have been climbing. I've been playing better, and until it came to playing against the final boss, which wasn't the final boss, but it was the one I was stuck on, the Diamond 2 promotions boss. Now for me, I came up against this boss like 5 times or something like that, and every single time it stumped me. And it didn't just stump me, it stumped me in a way that always crushed my soul, because every single time I went into promos, it was on a 2-game win streak, so I was playing well, and then I'd always win the first game of my promos. Like, genuinely, every single time, that first game was a victory. It might sound good to have that happen, but honestly, it's worse when you lose after winning the first game, because then it builds up your hope. I would rather just lose, like, flat out, 2 games where I get stomped and play like crap, because then I'm just like, yeah, well, you know, that happened, rather than building up my false hope in the first game and then going on to lose the 2 straight after. The penultimate Diamond 2 promos that I played, so not the one that I got promoted on, but the one before that, was actually especially soul crushing. So I go in on a 2-game win streak, like I said, and in the very first game, I get stuck in a 4v5 game. The enemies have 5 people, we have 4 people. I just get into my promos, I'm thinking, oh my god, I am so cursed for Diamond 2. But whatever, let's just play it out, let's just see how it goes. Stranger things have happened, right? Funnily enough, we actually managed to win the 4v5 game. I was playing Nautilus top lane, I wasn't even jungle, I was on my off-roll top lane, right? And I had the highest damage dealt in the game, hard carrying the crap out of everything. And yeah, somehow we won the 4v5. Then we get into the second game where I get Lee Sin, and I had a decent early game, but we didn't manage to win that one. We lost, and it's actually kind of funny because that was the game that put my Lee Sin win ratio down to the sub 50%. So now I have more losses than wins, and that's particularly frightening because I actually started the season when I was climbing, and you know, after my placement matches and stuff like that, I started with like a 76% win ratio on Lee Sin, or something ludicrously high like that. And now I don't even have 50%. So I feel like I'm playing okay on him still. I can't win with him. I mean, kind of sums up Lee Sin, to be honest. Anyways, so we don't manage to win the second game, but then it comes down to the third game. And I actually sit in a 40-minute queue for this game. 40 minutes, I'm sitting there thinking, please, just let me play this last game. I want to break the curse, I'm 1-on-1. Please, just let me break the curse. Get me in, lol gods, please. 40 minutes, we get into the game. So we get into the game, every single one of us has queued individually. And I noticed on the enemy team, we go up against a 5-man pre-made. I genuinely can't make this up. A 5-man pre-made against a full team of solo queues for my last game of my promos. I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, this is so, like, I was, honestly though, I wasn't even that surprised. It was so typical of what happens in my Diamond 2 promos that I just took it in my stride. We actually managed to win the early game somehow, but mid-game, late game against a team of full pre-mates with all the communication, it was too much. In fact, probably the most frustrating thing about all of it is that I managed to hard carry and win a 4v5 in Diamond 2, right? When I have MMR, which is like higher than Diamond 2 as well. So I'm often up against Master tier players. 4v5 hard carry, they'll turn on the stream and on my low Diamond account and I get stomped. That's annoying. Like, why, please? The only time you guys can see me play is when I'm recording and when I'm streaming, and I play terribly in both of those instances. Can I please just have a better showing when you guys can see it? Because you guys probably think I'm just some boosted animal who's crap, but then off stream he pays someone else to boost up his elo. I mean, I promise you that doesn't happen, but you probably think it does. Anyway, because I was still feeling pretty good about the whole promo series, I know I lost some, but I was playing well. We did win a 4v5 after all. I figured the very next day I'd queue up and play some more. So I win my first game. I'm pretty sure I actually only had to win one game to get back into my promos this time. Maybe I had to win two, I can't remember. Anyway, I get straight back into my promos, no losses. First game, I get my Gragas, my fat man, hard carry that one as well, fairly hard carry that one. I actually have like a 70% win ratio in Gragas. He's pretty strong, I like that man. He's very easy to play, he's tanky, I like him. Second game we go in, and I get my very trusty Lee Sin again. And yeah, that one just doesn't really work out for me either. Third game we go in, and I get my Gragas again. I'm actually very surprised I managed to get jungle for 3 games in a row, but you know, if something was going to happen to break my Diamond 2 curse, it would be the fact that I get jungle every single game. So I get Gragas in the third game. We actually have a particularly questionable showing, especially in the early game, right? Now this is, I'm 1-1, right? I'm 1-1, 1 win, 1 loss. This is the deciding one to finally get me into Diamond 2, and the early game does not go in our favor. Our top laner is getting ridiculously stomped as a Carly against Darius, and she even got like 3 kills from teammates. Even the support camped her lane, support for goodness sake, and she still got stomped by like 60 CS and solo dying to the enemy. That's a pretty lost cause. Our bot lane is fairly okay. I got them some kills in the early game, but they still managed to die a few times. They're arguing with each other, hence why Blitzcrank is camping top lane. And then you have our mid laner who's playing Syndra against Ahri, and she's actually doing really, really well. She has like 4 kills plus 50 CS up on the enemy mid laner. But of course, we lose like 1 dragon fight in the early game, which breaks the game from being quite an even one to tipping it in the enemy's favor. And Syndra's like, oh, surrender, there's no point playing this game, it's pointless, it's useless, we're not gonna win. GG, go next. I swear down, nothing tilts me as much as when people who are fed, the strong people on your team, when they give up on the game. It's like, mate, you are the way we're gonna win this game, okay? The game is on your shoulders. You can still win this one. Just put some effort in, mate. You got fed, you got strong. What's the point of getting yourself strong if you're just gonna give up on the game? It makes 0 sense. So we ended up having a mid laner who didn't want to play, a top laner who didn't know how to. That's a bit harsh, but you know, I'm just having a giggle there. And bot lane who was pretty angry at each other. Now I'm playing Gragas up against Kha'Zix, and whereas I was actually a higher level than this guy throughout most of the game, as a Kha'Zix I can't really bully him 1v1. In these skirmishes, if we group up and we fight, then we're going to be better off because I am better and stronger than the Kha'Zix in those situations. But I can't really put the pressure on him just by myself. Anyway, instead of giving up, I try and convince the Syndra to just keep playing. Please, it's my last game of my promo, just don't give up, just play the game out. Roam around, get the other laners fed. If you're a fed mid laner, guys, just roam. So I told her, please, just try, just roam around, try and get some kills in the other lanes. I didn't say this bit to her, but also, instead of crying about how everyone's feeding, do something about it. But as it turned out, she didn't fancy doing that, so we didn't get any mid-game plays going down. And then what happens is we end up being pushed for a very long time into our base. So we kind of stall it out, and we did a pretty good job of stalling it out. But the game goes for like 30 minutes, and like nothing happens, and we're just slowly and slowly losing the game. People are slowly getting caught out every now and then. We can't stop a split push going on. It's looking very dire. And then we get a good team fight going on. We don't kill anyone because we're so far behind, but it's not that bad. We heal up, we push back out, and we catch someone. We catch the enemy jungler. Now, because it's kind of late into the game, it's not that late, but because of the way death timers work currently, it may as well be very late on into the game. Kha'Zix is dead for quite a long time, so we decide to go and rush down Baron. While rushing down Baron, the enemy team tries way too hard to defend, and because my name is not Smite Vicious, I managed to secure the Baron, and then we also get like 3 or 4 kills on top of it. So then we push down mid, we managed to get an inhibitor because there are 4 players dead, and then Kha'Zix respawns again, he dies again, and then the enemy team respawn one by one, and they keep feeding us one by one, and somehow we just push down mid and we win the game. Now I don't know how we won that game, I have no idea how we won that game, but we did. So from a game which was very, very bleak indeed, I managed to whip out the young Diamond 2 promos. Finally happened, I finally went to Diamond 2 and I'm feeling good about it because I was playing kind of well, although ironically speaking, the last promos, the one I actually got promoted in, was probably the worst performance I put in all of my promos, but still whatever I won, it counts as fine. So now I'm just looking up into getting into that Diamond 1 again, maybe even Master Tier. I mean, I'm playing against Master Tier players most of the time and I'm holding my own, sometimes carrying, so maybe I can get Master Tier, who knows. I'm just going to set my sights, you know, one step at a time. Of course, as I always say, you shouldn't worry about the result. Don't look about, oh, I want to be Diamond 1, I want to be Master Tier. Just think about the little things in your game that you can change. That's the best way to improve. That's the best way to climb. And also, one last thing I want to say before I leave you guys is, holy crap, promo series are very bad for your health. Seriously speaking though, I do kind of question their viability, just to the extent where you don't really go into promos feeling like you're really amped up to win and stuff. You just go into promos feeling very nervous that you might lose, and then you're going to have to go through all the work of getting back into the promos, then go through all the promos again. It kind of feels more like a chore than an achievement. But at any rate, that's all I want to say for this video. Thank you for listening to me mumble on about my promo series. Let me know what you thought about these videos, or this kind of video. It's a little similar to the stuff I usually do, or I've been doing a bit more of recently, but it's also a bit different as well because I'm just chatting shit, really. So let me know what you thought down below. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me comments as well if you, you know, like I said, what you thought about it. If you want to give me any suggestions for the future, you can leave a thumbs up as well if you did like it, or thumbs down if you did not. But most importantly, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.